Friday, people. Buuza bibuuzo tugende. Hey. Obotofu we wanijunye. Nojakalanga bwendi na yekatira bomukwano. Good morning. Question Friday. Abalungi. Mark Exempia mujirabeyo. I think that's a 2012. Eri ku left ya white enyo. Maso ga Kaspasio. Mwana muwala kugamba kwagala naye ng'ekituufu ayagala sente buli bakukwatako n'akukozesa n'osomagiro genda kuzukuka ng'akubwase ayagala sente genda kuzukuka ng'akubwase. Good morning, Question Friday. Buuza, buuza. Mwana muwala kugamba kwagala naye ng'ekituufu ayagala sente. Eyo kawundo mugirabe eyingidde ya bbulaaka. Tulina bwe tutuuse n'asala n'adda mu kikubo ky'ettaka. Ebiseera ebimu jjaamu oba tomusaze nze ensonga lwaki olumu muvuga. Kati mumulaba ansoose okuweta eri UBJ stroke J. And you guys, I've realized one thing. Bana abasajja bavuga emmotooka z'obugombe tebamanyi mmotoka. Senga twayite tubaviira. Basinga okumanya emmotooka. Tebamanyi senga si bugombe senga nabo babeera mu mujja. Gira ati ne muvaayo olumu. Bayika batomeza n'abantu abo bakubere. Neno omuntu asaza abaana babiri naye kati agenda sumbwa emmotooka emirundi emeka waalirinze n'oweza abaana 10 ne basala naye abaana buli onofunayo abaana babiri ng'osaza bw'ofunayo abaana babiri ng'osaza ding 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 you're doomed forever. Mwasuze mutya muli steady leero lwakutaano mulaba leero bwe ndireeti ennyo ndireeti naye but regardless we must go, we must follow, we must move. Oba olireeti oba tolireeti ensi esigala etambula. So yesterday I had one of my shows ezo zembagamba ezo where I perform my plays and I was interacting with these kids, and I was asking them. I was asking them how grateful they are for life, how grateful they are that they are in a school that where a tie is a necessity. Gamba fabamu amasomero twasomeramu HPA yaberanga ne tie. Have any of you guys gone to schools like that? HP yabeera ne tie abalala temusiba matayi. There are schools where it's only the head boy and the head prefect that put on coats. Okitegeera. So such schools tujje twasomera, and then there was in this auditorium all sorts of kids bonna bambadde tie. And then there are those people that went to schools where doing literature was actually a luxury. A director agamba no gamba over HM, but literature is expensive. And then there are schools where literature is actually compulsory. And then I was telling them, you guys are lucky. You should thank God that you actually go to schools where doing literature is a compulsory thing. Guys, I think I hope you guys have noticed that I hoot a lot. Yeah, you guys have noticed that I hoot a lot. And for the guys that are not in Uganda, probably you're in Dubai, you are in Dubai, you are in the UK, you are in, let's say, like where JK is in Denmark, you hardly hear the hooting. And some of you might be saying, I'll share an experience. Someone sent me a message via TikTok, and he was telling me that his dad, umwana wa boda yayingira bubye kubo, tata we na amutomera nafa. He paid for the burial, he paid the family, but that he has also so far paid 7 million to police. Which take it, Yamari Zanga spending the 7 million to get his car released. Now, you guys must also remember that the fact that you're driving a car, you're going to be taking responsibility for your mistakes and the mistakes of others. And so every mistake that a border man does, you pay for it. They don't pay for their mistakes, no matter what happens. And you guys would realize that very early in the morning, most border guys are carrying students, they are carrying people that are going to work. And the border guys, if you look at that border, this one, remember the reflector, border ya chama, mayembe ga chama. For him is okay. For him is okay, yajivuga bwatyo. Amayembe aga ga chama gasobora umukoze sensobi. And when that mistake happens, if Arthur is involved in that problem, Arthur pays for that mistake. Yet the mistake is not actually his. So that's why I keep hooting. Then the other thing that happens is majority of borders in Kampala don't have side mirrors. So which means there is no way for that border guy to see that a car is coming from behind him. Then even the riders don't pay attention. Yeah, they don't. Katimula borders hizo zili satu emu teina side mirror name. Steady, right? Yo yenyini nompira gwa chama ina side mirror tagitunulamu. Because I see them. Tatunula side mirror kweli because police we abeda na side mirror police tezabuteba mukwata nnyo because I side mirrors. So babeda nazo for formality. But you need to understand that if he gets involved in an accident with you, regardless of the fact that you were coming obadde ovuga bulungi nga yakuguddemu, you pay. So nze buli wabeera border I hoot. Era mu kiyige you guys gokubeera intellectual tekikusasula. You be there simanya hooting is not good, simanya your sound pollute the environment, because if you don't pollute the environment, you're going to pay through the nose. So you can imagine someone spending more than 7 million, including catering for the burial of someone who was reckless with their life. Right? So I would actually recommend that you hoot. But what about what borders, taxis, pedestrians? Hoot. Borders, taxis, pedestrians hoot. But abasaja ba taxi obalaba, they don't pay attention. Achama buchamya ati na yingire kubo na livam bananga ataba border bomu kama atusasire. Me I hoot. I think bo hooting about nabadde mbiroza bivamu nadda mu kumulamwa. So you hoot guys, never forget to hoot. Whenever you can hoot. If you can put a louder horn, put it. The border guys. But also, as you do that, also use your side mirrors. as well, and driving mirrors. That way you will be safe on the road. Okitegeera. You as a driver of a car, you're putting your life, your money at risk. Not life actually, because you might be safe, but you're putting your money at risk. Sente zo zijja genda buli wota hooting. So me I would banampita munacha kati nabo bali mbakubidde ngombe bamanye nti moroka ejja. Okitegeera. You're safer by the way by hooting. Safer by hooting than by not. In Uganda, where to hooting, there are countries that even have fines for hooting. But that's because the citizens in those countries, they pay attention. They are not reckless with their lives and all that. Uganda, I tell you guys, I've heard of the saying, "Abavu very dangerous." Be careful with the poor people. Oh. Nange siri mugagga naye ate waliwo obwavu bwe siriimu. Kati obwo bwavu bwe ntya. Atenza abantu abali obulungi okunsinga sibatya. Agenda kunzijjako ki already ansinga. Okitegeera. Kuba omuntu akusingako bw'anaayagala kugoba mu kifo ajja kuwa ssente. Kwata ssente yo protege ndekere. Nze nkwatirawo ne ngenda. I've told you of a friend of mine who is living next to a powerful person. The powerful person has tried to buy him, giving him all the money he wanted. The guy refused. I told him, you're playing with the power. A powerful person can do anything. Money, use that money to make sure you go by force. This question Friday mubuze bibuzo tugenda kubiddamu. Kyemmanyi ebimba atandadde okubiddamu. Ask your questions. I've seen Jongwe Juma asking what is the best tire brand. There is a tire brand I'm trying out. If it works out, over the years I've been using Linglong. It has worked for me. I've used Linglong since 2010 when I bought my first car. Nabo bobugai nabo mbakubira ngombe. I know abantu abasabaza ajja kubeera ku picho okuba ku gali okube ngombe n'kutunuliranga gwa talina magezi naye kube ngombe. Bwekinagwa mu motoka yo gwagenda okusasula tekijja kusasula. Ate you guys need to understand that it doesn't matter where you are, it doesn't matter how educated the person looks. Ne bwana abeera ku pichi ngo wapichi yavuga obubi. Bwe banagwa mu motoka bajjaka we motoka abadde avuga bubi ye bavuga biki ye gwani yakuwa permit okitegeera so hood nzo omuntu ne bwantunulira atezo wendabirwamu zangu kubeera gulu kya nyamba kubanze edda nabavumanga no bavuma kati gwe bakuvuga ebyekisiru olyawo osinika basinisiima nnyo okitegeera gwe manya kiri kimu omusaabaze ne banaaba muvuga bubi gwe omusaabaze agenda kutunulira gwe hood. Even for no reason, hood. Hood, but also use your side mirrors because abasajja babode bategeera tebategeera. So question Friday, guys. Jongwe Juma Buuza, what's the best tire brand right now? Proven. I've used Linglong. It's very good. Waliwo guno mpira baguyita batya naye guli rare n'okugogera kiyinza okutawanyiza obweyo kuba teguli, but Linglong is good. MRF is good, but the thing with MRF ayabika bwabisi tagwa nako enjola tosobola zimarako because it's very strong so go gwabika bwabisi nga n'enjola zaako kweziri. So the guys that have gone to petrol stations were repairing emipiira, you guys have seen MRF tires there nga guliko enjola naye nga oliawo emipiira akugamba mufu MRF bwe guto bugukola. Then there are some other tire brands that are really strong, but they are also very expensive. Like one tire is 400, 350. The reason why Linglong is very popular is because for a very long time Linglong was the budget tire. Linglong was the budget tire, so it was really affordable. And that's why it was really popular. But then some budget tires have come. Mpira gwengezesa oguli ku motoka yange kati. But I cannot tell you that it's reliable until I've used it for at least a year and a half. Okale a year for my distances banga nze nvuga nnyo. If I use this tire for a year, ne guta area, ne guta andaga uzi, ne guta andaga wire, I'll start recommending it. I bought it from a certain tire dealer, and of course they told me it's their strongest brand. As a matter of fact, they had two brands. When they saw that this was there, they said no, you should take this one. This is our best tire brand, which take it. But I'm still testing it, so I cannot recommend it. But Linglong has been tried and tested. For the longest time I was buying my Linglong tires from City Tires. Why was I buying from City Tires? City Tires is like the biggest distributor of Linglong tires. And also City Tires has a brand to protect, so the chances of you getting bad tires or faking long tires from City Tires are very non-existent. Even I've never gotten a fake thing from City Tires, so which is why I've always been going to City Tires for my tires. Which take it. Also, I like to work with people that have something to lose. City Tires has something to lose. For me to come out and say, ku City Tires banguze emipira emibi, which take it. I find that they would rather correct it. But I think Ugandans need to learn how to use these traffic lights. Which take it. The lights are pedestrian. Lights are pedestrian. You need to stop moving. Which take it. Okay, tugenda question Friday guys. Bana imwasuze mutyangenda sigenda Buuza gwecho manyeri nyandira benja kusibula busibuzi. Thank you for being on the broadcast. Kantandike n'ebibuuzo. Chibuuza kisose after 15 million can't get the Forester money transmission in good condition, and someone with the budget can't get Alteza Sebo. You can, Bashir, you can, but don't be picky about number plates. Don't be picky about the model. Especially now, manual cars are very rare. And also, Bashir, you need to understand that in Subaru, most manual cars are actually turbocharged. And turbocharged cars have given people trouble for a very long time. But there are those that are not really manual, that are not turbocharged, and is really rare. So 15 million is good budget. Manual cars are also rare, you need to understand, but they are there. Nadala Subaru jeziri. Malteza chiziri rare, but Subaru jakufona money with 15. Don't be picky about number plate. Don't be picky about the model. Subaru $1,15,000. Don't be picky about the number plate. Don't be picky about the model. Just be picky about condition. And also there are chances that you'll go looking for a manual car. So also have it in you that you might end up settling with an automatic. Okay, good morning Kayongo Viani. Budget ya 10 to 13 ogenda funa Vitz 10 to 13 Spacio old model. Chances are there that you can get a Spacio new model with a bad engine or an accident body. You can get a Raum new model. Don't be picky about number plates. But guys, anybody that has a budget of 10 to 15, don't be picky about the number plate. Don't be picky about the number plate. Don't be picky about the number plate. Okay? Is the center in tono okubeda picky about the number plate. The trouble, one thing I've realized that gives us trouble as people is that every single you have money that gets you a certain car in a certain condition, but then you want a car that is in different condition. It's important that you prepare your mind for expectations. Don't over expect. Don't over expect. Yeah, so 10 to 13 they to call Primo old model. Vitz Yoshua Diro Jakfuna IST old model. Which other car for old model? Extra Lungeyo Jilabi Jajifuna, but don't buy it. I have to keep reminding you guys not to buy X-Trails. But also I find that people buy X-Trails because they are cheaper to buy. SUV X-Trail. You would rather not buy an X-Trail than buying an X-Trail that will disturb you. 13 million, 10 to 13 million. Musobora okunyongerayo ku motoka onamweze mujjukira 10 to 13 osobola ofuna Corolla ngeri yange namukadde. 10 to 13 njagala kuzina bawano nga ziyitawo. 10 to 13 kandabe 10 to 13 tufuna mmoroka ki 10 to 13 kanyine nga nsigale nga nzirowooza osobola funa probox embi probox oba succeed embi. My friend here needs to know the car you can recommend for a budget of 17 million in manual transmission with good. Subaru bobo yagala manual katitanyize kamunonyeza mu Subaru zine moroka endala mu manual jagenda ofune Primo old model okitegedde baba. Emotoka ezisinga by the way mu manual teziriiyo. Nali ndabeko field ya manual ne wish ya manual naye nazo ziri very rare. Okitegeera. Ajijira omusajja w'eggaali bw'avuga speed. Bajja omukuba ebyuma. Naye nze navugako eggaali lumu okujja mu kibuga siyinza giddira era naddayo nengiparkinga. Yaggwamu n'omukka. Sisobola. And then the other reason why I had bought a bike was to ease my exercise. Naye ngenda okulaba ng'ate eggaali enzize emabega. Ku kaserengeto oba toyina exercise gy'okola. Jay Sekaja, build or rent in context ya Uganda ya. That's a topic for a full day. Jay Sekaja. Tujagiddamu e topic tujiwe broadcast yayo. Naye nga abasobola okukaddamu ako mukadde, but me I find that needs a broadcast of its own. You will need to have a broadcast of its own. Build or rent. We can probably talk about that tomorrow is Saturday. We can probably talk about that tomorrow. Martin Oscar Mukaya. Njagala kulaba good morning Arthur. Can I get a Subaru Forester 8 million or Alteza? Alteza will not, as a motor car not 8 million, they won't be the best in the best condition, but you can get a Subaru Forester, the old model Airsoka. The Alteza at 8 million will be bad. Don't even look for it. But the Forester Castofna old model 80. There's a Subaru Forester that I drove when I was doing a review. There's that Subaru Forester that I drove, and yosobola okugifuna first generation Impreza naye yosobola okugifuna kitegeera. Question, bring the questions on. Keep the questions coming, my people. My people, try as much as possible to adhere to the speed limits. Bangola, I'm doing the speed limit. People have a tendency to exaggerate. They have a tendency to exaggerate. Which over manyanti, wali abantu abanji nga bali in the same condition to sobola bawangula. Normal automobile pedestrian, but I think I need to keep reminding you guys. Because no one is actually reminding you. The moment you appear richer than someone, you're going to spend through the nose. Question Friday, keep the questions coming, guys. Tugenda kubisoma ate tubiddemu. What 10 to 13 eyo space yeyo ogifune yetuli maaso. What 10 to 13 million shillings. Nemwe 10 to 13 zalimu nga sente nyingi edda. Naye kati emmotoka eziri mu kkubo endala zonna zenda toyina gy'ogula. Yirira for old model osobola okugifuna. Now I'm talking about the cars that you will buy at 10 and 10 to 13 zireme kutawaanya. Okitegeera. Jana genda okwesanga kati 10 to 13 emmotoka z'ofuna ng'oggyeko Vitz ezisinga siza bibita. Oh, you can get a Vista. Bagita Vista Adio. Eyo. You can get it ng'ate ya VVTI. Olwaka akamotoka akajja ka IST. Ogenda kalaba kali mu kumpisa. Ako. Nako osobola okukafuna. wezo sente zo milioni 10 naye tisinga tekafaanana katu ajja kubanga singa ekapye ennyaka lyawe tekajja kuba kalungi nnyo naye ng'ojja kukafuna kandabe 10 to 13 million shillings 10 to 13 naye nga sirabawo moroka ndala wano sirabawo moroka ndala waliwo abuuzizza ekibuuzo bantu bange abuuzizza the renting of building what should it be. You guys can also attempt to answer him. Aleka ina sentence ezizimba kati ye but guys, do you realize I overhood? Me, I've been involved with scuffles with borders that were reckless. Zenebwe mba chama nga wenchama waliwo aba border abajja I hood because aba border bombala babambi bayina ebizibu. Those border men bayina ebizibu. Abamu bayina abaana bangi, abamu bayina bamama baabwe bebalabirira, abamu bebalabira famire z'abakazi baabwe. Ku mitwalo gy'esatu gy'akola olunaku alabirirako famire nga 4. Okitegeera. Then bwe bamala ogenda omusanga ne ku kyalo kwe yazimba yasingako obugagga. Kati ate amasanyalaze bwe gafa, jjukira umeme tekanika amasanyalaze bwe gafa yalina okuvaamu ssente zisasula kamyufu anajja okugatereeza. Kwegamba ogenda okwesanga ng'owa booda oyo alina ebintu bingi ebimuli ku mutwe biyitirivu. Kati oyo owa booda ne bw'aba tayagala buta paying attention, he ends up not paying attention bambi. Kati olina okuba eŋŋombe omujjukizenga nyaye hoot. Ekyo nkibagamba ebeera revolution yakuhuutinga buli olaba owa booda ng'akuli mu maaso kuba eŋŋombe. Don't be there then regretting kale ate yatugamba okukuba eŋŋombe nga tetukuba ŋŋombe. Ojuwulidde ate kati nkisusizzaamu oba lwakuba I'm doing me okiraba naye nga ababoda munnange bo mubeegendereze. You can imagine then there is another person gwe nasisinkana ye ate story nagibanyumiza wano ye bamutomera butomezi. Ate nno beewunje bwe baba banyumya emboozi teboogera nsobi yawa boda. Kambabulire this story gye nabanyumiza omuntu gwe nali naye nti yagamba nti yali ku boda emmotoka neeva eri nemunyigira ku mmotoka endala. Ontegeera emmotoka bwe munyigira ku mmotoka endala okugulu kwe nekumenyeka amagulu gombi I think nikamenyeka. Kati ono omuntu ono bw'aba anyumya essaawa eno ng'anyumya story eno tannatubuulira nti tatubuulidde nti owa boda we yalina mistake n'emu. Okitegeera tayogeddeeko nti owa boda we yalina mistake n'emu. Yagamba ow'emmoloka yabanyigira ku ki? Ow'emmoloka yabanyigira ku mmoloka endala. But we all know that under situations like this owa boda aba yenyize waatajja. Kati ate ekintu ky'olina okujjukira nti owa boda bwe yenyiga ewantu waatajja ow'emmotoka ayinza obutategeera nti kati nnyiga. Ow'emmoloka ayinza obutategeera nti kati nkola ki. Ow'emmoloka ayinza obutategeera let me finish working. Ow'emmoloka ayinza obutategeera nti kati nnyiga. Bw'atategeera nti nnyiga ayongera kunyiga. Ebiseera ebisinga omuntu bw'atuuka mu kattu bwe katyo, especially the people that are not experienced, bw'atuuka mu kattu bwe katyo alinnya mulira ekifo ky'okulinnya bricks. And that's where the trouble comes in. Naye ng'ebiseera ebisinga bino bye mulya nti owa boda bamunyigidde kuli, naye munnange n'ono gwe baanyiga ng'ali ku boda talina wa mentioning nti owa boda yavuga bubi eba yenyiga waatajjira. Agamba munnange omukazi yatunyiga n'atunyigira ku mmotoka eri. Okitegeera but do you know what happens? Nti omukazi oyo eyanyiga omusaabaze ono ng'ali ku piki nti yafulumya miliyoni 7 n'aziwa poliisi. Naye ono gwe eyafuna accident ye teyafunako yadde 10. Okitegeera kati now you guys need to understand that ebyo byonna kijja kubeerako ku conscience yo. Okitegeera that's why me sometimes when ndaba aboda I give them distance ne mbaleka ne basala ne bakola ki because ogenda okwesanga it's who is going to spend all that money go wenyini gwagenda okufiirwa. So avoid making losses. Olaba nga bwe tugamba tukola analysis more business to see where the trouble might come in, and then you avoid it however you can. The same thing should be done when you're driving on the road. Try as much as possible to avoid all those troubles. So questions, keep the questions coming. It's Question Friday, guys. And for the guys that normally want to get my attention in private, guys, I'm going to charge you a 50k. Now, if you pay 50k today and I answer your question, the 50k doesn't cover 100 questions. Because sometimes someone will pay the 50k for consultation. Then after they pay the 50k for consultation, they ask you the question, you answer and resolve it. But somehow you people think covering covering issue join esawe yo to answering evewo okitegeera ontegedde baba simu bubi someone will text you a 50k, they consult you after how many I have like, let me give you an example of someone that texted me, the one we talked about, the 52-year-old that wants to buy a car. I answered all the questions satisfactorily, and then we end the conversation with you saying, I will call you when I'm ready. Now, normally the people say that I'll call you when I'm ready. Majority of them don't actually call. So the moment you say thank you very much, I'll call you when I'm ready, it means I have resolved your issue. Okay? If you come back having another issue, you have to pay consultation again. Because any issue eba yagwako ontegeera era kasitongamba thank you very much, I will call you when I kumaliriza issue yonji mazi. Bofuna issue endala, either bring it to Question Friday or bagire one of the broadcasts, or pay again for private consultation. Ontegedde baganda bange. Yes, simu bubi. I'll refer you to Bamwita Dr. Kambu waliko wa skin clinic wali eri wande ya Kampala skin clinic. Dr. Kambu ogenda yo kumacha. No consulting na kugamba genda try this. Tomorrow bokomawo osasula mito kati bangamba kati acharging 75k. Alaika asasula ko VAT, of course. Jamusanga asasula VAT. But if you come back tomorrow, you have to pay 75k. Okitegedde baba. Sigamba nti yakulabye na resolving nga kye wabadde nakyo. Kitegeeza bw'okomawo leero, you have another issue which is not yesterday's issue, so you pay another 75k. Okitegedde simu bubi baganda bange. Make sure that when you pay consultation, ebibuuzo byonna by'olina bimbuuze, so that when we conclude nze bw'okomawo next time oleme kuwulira bubi nga ate olina osasula sente endala eza consultation. Okitegeera. Kale, question. My dad has a 1999 Noah, but when I turn on the AC, it smells like dust. What could be the problem? Now, AC system ekola bweti. AC system eno eyina empewo gyejja ebweru. Okay, eyina empewo gyejjawa ebweru. Now, because eyina empewo gyejja ebweru, eyina cabin air filter. The cabin air filter filters all the air, yeah, that comes from outside. That's why cabin air filter cabin air filter is normally located in the glove compartment, yes, the glove compartment. Now when you open the glove compartment, wali akantu yakagenda mu cabin air filter era bw'ogijjayo bw'otyo ne bw'obanga obadde tewegenderezanga erimu enfuufu era bw'ogenda okukola service ojja kwesanga those guys bakajjayo ne bakafuuwamu kaba kacaafu. So you need to change that periodically. Me, I change mine at least every 2 services because nyina wenkagula ku mutwalo gumu 12. Some of you babaguza emitwalo 4-5. So nyina wenkagula ku gumu 2. So it doesn't really harm me to buy periodically nenchuusa. So that's the first thing you should look at. Emoroka ezimu babujjamu ne babusuula. So find out, does it still have the cabin air filter? Second, when you go to your AC controls, there is a place where you're going to see, let me try to show you. When you go to your AC controls, oyine want to ogenda okusanga obuntu obwo buli bwe buti bakuba emmotoka bwe bakuba emmotoka ne mubaamu akantu akali bwe kati ka R kalaga it recycles the air, yeah, then akalala kalaga bwe kati nga kayingira mu mmotoka. This shows that air is entering the car. This shows that you're recycling the air inside the car. Kati ofuba okulaba nga akantu ako majority of the time obovuga kali wano. The only time you should keep it here wano kalaga nti empewo eyingira is when it's raining, because when it's raining teri mpufu ebweru, so you can literally let the air come in. Okitegera boys, you'll play later. Okay, yeah. No. The car is still moving. Every time the car is moving, you have to put your seatbelt on and keep it tight. Is yours on? Okay. So SC. Then if you're, because it's possible that your dad you have not been really using the SC. So cabin air filter jitikebere kakasenti nungi. Then make sure SC you be recycling the air inside air conditioning. Then also clean the vents. So now that your dad has not been using the AC for a very long time, so what you say cabin air filter, then okube SC nga good wenzi je mfufu eri yonna eri mu system efulume, then vents omarozi rongoose okitegera with time ojja kukirabanga kivaamu. Then keep the circulation inside ey'empewo, tokiza mpewo kuva bweru kuyingira. Mine never opens. My vents never open at all. I keep it inside all the time. Because I find that the fresher the air you'll get. Then you want to keep your car as new as possible. You're killing the value of your car. Bana, good morning mwena. How is Toyota Corolla 1010 latest model for us? There is no latest model. 1010 is a dozen now. Yeah, but nungi 1010. Yeah, I think ebera muka engine bakaitaka 4A I think. Kabaka sisi lukumba mbitani. Karungi nyo. You just buy. Yeah, but of course nayo bagisera. I find that 1010 nayo it's overpriced. I find that 1010 nayo overpriced. Good morning. I have 6 million. Can I get a good room in good condition? Kati room chigo jogendo gura million mukaga nga nungi. Actually any room that is below 10 million will be bad. And also avoid room old models because that's what you're looking at. Avoid it. Buy a Starlet at least. Guys, how does 100 tax increment affect on AFE? Antikati bagenda gattamu nusu 10 awamafuta bagenda gattamu 5. Majority of the time we bagattamu 10 no wamafuta ino kuongera mwezi. I don't think it's really going to affect that much, but let's wait and see. But good morning, people. I will just say hello. I'll just say bye-bye to you. Again, about Buuza individually today. After they pay with death or broken bones. Kubanga kati. Umuntu atebereda muntu mugambe. Antika kati, Vianney, why you should avoid those border guys is that you get trouble. Guys, me, I know that right now you may be having money ngo ine million izo asatu kwa account zina chezikola tozilya nako wazisavinga. But one thing you need to understand is that izo million asatu wozijako omusango nozisa mu kintu ekitali productive like paying for an accident. Ezo sente ezo a million omusango ziba zivudde otezigenda kudda. Ontegeere. So if you can avoid using that money for things that don't benefit you and your family, avoid it. Nze nkube ngombe. I called you yesterday, but you never picked me. I was busy yesterday about the next show, and when I have shows, I don't answer calls, which take it. And also sometimes I just can't answer. In a position where I can't answer. Kati Juma, actually guys, remember gonna kumbuza ebibuuzo byenzina mu wano mumpereze sente. Chibuzo ky'emipiira ngamba dde nkiddamu. So I think once a month, someone asks me on the broadcast, they've cut tires. But right now, to avoid troubles, mugende kusita tires jemba mugula linglong. Right, nze jengula. What do you tire did abanji? But let me tell you one thing. The reason why I keep telling you City Tires and I've never gotten any influencer money from them. But the reason why I keep telling you City Tires is because I want to deal with someone that has something to lose. City Tires has something to lose. But again, many tire dealers don't have anything to lose. But jana kuvuma. That's the thing that I've realized with so many Ugandan business people. Kuvuma. Ato ogenda mukorachi. Ate bwamala okuvuma bw'onojja n'omwogerako yuso oli omukyala bamuyita Mami Gadgets. Oli yajja n'ayogerako yagula bukitaabwe ewuwe ne bufa mangu n'abwogerako oli n'amusiba. Kati nze saagala kudiringa n'abantu bajja kunsiba. I want to deal with someone when najja n'enjogera ku bintu byo nti bibi, you will call me and correct it. Okitegeera. And I find that majority of Ugandan business people are unscrupulous. They don't really give a damn who you are. They will try to sabotage you. So try as much as possible to deal with people that have something to lose. I deal with people that have, if you have nothing to lose, I don't deal with you. Yeah? The reason I've realized that the reason why most people give me pre-purchase inspection gigs is because I have something to lose. Which take it. Walo guy yaja nangamba Athens is a kola nawe tulabe. Which take it, right? They know I have something to lose. That's why there are places I don't go to inspect cars, because I know those places don't have good cars. You don't want to go in the same way ndozo genda naye okunonya emmotoka mwebye ebife bibi. Tetwagulayo emmotoka ne yekyusa n'agenda n'agulayo era emmotoka n'emukolako ku mikola awo naye akimanyi. Okitegeera. Yeah, but of course I would not mention. Then I think there is another person some time ago yagenda ng'agenza okugula, ayagala yeggula Honda, ne mugamba Honda gigule naye sigenda naawe nga tugikebedde nga simbi, but Honda zikolako emikolo. Okitegeera, Honda zikolako emikolo. Yeah, so after explaining advantage and disadvantage of tire spacers, there is no advantage. There is not really good advantage that you can point to if you put tire spacers. The only thing is sometimes it's aesthetically good, like, but it's only aesthetically good for certain cars. For the guys that don't understand tire spacers, the spacer bateka mu moroke mpira ni gufuluma guti. I find that for me, I try to avoid any addition to a car that might jeopardize the safety. Because those tire spacers, if this is the rim, that's back in a way that they will put at an extra. The tire that would actually go to the wheel goes to the spacer. I find that might actually be dangerous in Zega Arthur. So I've wanted to do that before, but then I gave up on the entire idea because I don't know how safe that is. And it doesn't really help anything. It doesn't help the car with anything. Some people will come and say the car is more stable on the road. No, the guys that manufactured this car, if they wanted it to be stable that way, they would have created it that way. Or say it's too easy for a car dealer to make the tire offset. So I find that the safest thing for you to do is to buy offset rims. Buy offset rims, but then the rims are safer because then there is no addition to the wheel. So just buy offset rims. Question Friday, guys. I had a Mahindra. The guy was Subaru. The guy was Subaru Yarianse Karere overpass. From that day, I hate motorbikes. Sorry, man. Sorry. Guys, muda banti mumoroka muno to saving anyo, to save spending anyo sente mafuta, to spending a sente mu maintenance, but all that money is not worth your life. All that money is not worth your life. Zimbabwe. All that money is not worth your life. There is this guy mbade mulaba ku TikTok these days agamba mbu ababbi bajja ne balumba omuntu n'agezaako okutaasa ye okugulu kwe ne kumenyeka. Bali mu kuteeka mu byuma simanye bakakola operation mekabuli operation ya million 6 kati ayagala gendo ba Nairobi. Okitegeere, there's too much trouble that comes from that. Okitegeere, I've told you experiences of friends of mine benagana nabo ku campus. Some of the biggest sound designer wa film Uganda wamuita Adnan. He was a year ahead of me at campus. Ne Adnan ngamugamba rashito gulaye emmotoka. Ninga bira ne equip webbe computers a million 6 ninga bamubencha neggulu ogera ate nagudde mbabbi computer bagitutte simanya recorder bagitutte nebuuza why don't you just like buy a car? Isn't it computer a million 7 efo kyogula computer a million 7 so kugula muruka ya 7 oli kugula computer yo 7, but somehow things don't make sense. Yeah, there are things I've not been see same simply because I've had a car. Question Friday, guys. I have a big problem with my car lights. I struggle to see clearly. I did lights alignment but not difference. What do you recommend? Should try xenon or high voltage lights? First, did you wash the lights? And also alignment, what you call it, did you go to City Tires like I've recommended? City Tires, those guys have a machine. You know our mechanics, our normal mechanics, but unuza moroka yo gate. That doesn't work. Go to City Tires where they have a machine where your car looks in that machine. The machine knows globally the standard. Did you go to City Tires, Sammy? First wash the lights, first of all. I know they're plastic. First wash the lights, then go for alignment again. Then if your car has ever had accident history, buy a nose guard. If your car knocks in front, buy a nose guard. The nose guard comes with everything in front. Lights, radiator, or check it that the lights would be aligned properly. But also when your car gets an accident, if you can sell it, sell it. You get? If you can sell it as is, by the way, it's even the best. 2010 was upset a Bunsen burner from seniors from first what? St. John Bosco. Nze ndi musajja mukulu nyina emyaka 34 mu 2025 ngenda banyina emyaka 35 ndi musajja mukadde ndi musajja mukadde starch kati nze ndi mukulu wo na computer baba mulowooza envi zino eziri envi zange zaalaze zino luno lumu zino bbiri nyina envi ssebo ndi mukadde still wabeerayo rich people with poor mindset and hearts be batono by the way nze sinalabayo omusajja mugagga nga omutima gwe mwavu nnyo sinamulabayo Chris Fitness kyekiriwo aka budget 10 to 13 tufuna kimbadde nno mbaddamu era 10 to 13 sinalabayo moroka ndala ya 10 to 13 okujjako ze njogedde okujjako ali moroka zosobola ofuna nga yingini 10 to 13 osobola ofuna Mark X osobola ofuna Mark 2 Grand osobola ofuna 10 Mark 2 Musota osobola ofuna Alteza. I don't recommend the Alteza. First, I don't like that, it's not comfortable at all. Then again I find that the Alteza inywamu because nandala bobofu ni automatic, it's 4 gears. Moroka 10 to 13 10 to 13 10 to 13 Africa karo chechiriwo GDI jireke. It has fuel injection problems. Inajukire ina pressure pump mu tank, ina pressure pump wali maso, pressure pump emu ya milioni emu kitundu. Avoid it. 10 to 13 bagambi grand. 10 to 13 tulabe moroka ndala josobola ofuna 10 to 13 10 to 13 10 to 13 10 to 13 naba round new model najika round old model zo muzireke nabagambe abasajja ba boda atenga we cannot do anything without tuna chakolera boda zo zigenda kusigala olwansonga. The government hasn't really done enough to create employment. Ate n'emirimu gye creating aja gisasula 15,000 kasambe gye factory teri musajja ategeera agenda akole mu factory. Nange I would rather ride a boda than work in a factory where they give me 7k a day. Okitegeera kati gye emirimu government gyesinga okukola ekyo. I find that senga government yali empowering the performing arts nze mwenkola we pay higher. Nze wange ku Dynamo we pay per hour nze wange actor bange bagenda okujja okukola rehearsal to have to do a performance nga abazenti 10 hours zange okitegeera nga amanyi sente ze zagenda okufuna according to the time okitegeera. How cheap are Harrier hybrids in terms of fuel consumption? They are very cheap. Which hybrids save fuel, but hybrids will disturb you when it comes to maintenance. That's when you know that nobody can stop reggae, because you can even buy the batteries. Someone has told me a story of a friend of his. Yagula Alphard hybrid. Katibu yagula Alphard hybrid nefa Amanda. Naga importing, I think he spent about 5 million total process, buying and taxes and shipping and all that. Naga gula Amanda nebaga installing emoroka negana era. So I'm actually second guessing my idea of a hybrid. I'm second guessing buying a hybrid. I'm second guessing it or saving sente nyingi, but in the long run oyinza okwesanga senga ate emoroka hybrid yali nyume gulanga ampi emoroka zetukula nkadde so kati bwobanga oyo omusajja wa atenga omusajja wa hybrid mugagga kuba muyindi naye yagula Amanda nebagateekamu emmotoka neegaana okuterera. I think because we don't have specialists abakolaki abakanika ezo emmotoka ezo ze hybrid, so that's where the trouble is coming from. Omwana akubye ekitaala nene okuba ekitaala n'otomera omuntu. Yeah, that's when you know that nobody can stop reggae. Arthur, my front tires are worn out and the behind ones are still good. Why replace all no. So what happens in Pira Jo bwejibanga ebiri gye giweddeko, what normally me I do, I buy new tires, I put the worn out tires in front. Normally the people will tell you put the worn out tires behind. No, me I put the worn out tires in front and then I put the new tires behind. Why do I do that? because the front tires are prone to errors like wheel alignment, wheel balancing. So when ngule mipira ate sagala njiteke maso iwayinza okuba errors because if your car's alignment goes off, it means that it will be then the new tires that are going to be destroyed. But if you put the old tires there and the alignment is off, kitegeeza nti osobola okukola ki, osobola okutuuka ng'empira ejali emikadde ate era gye gikaddiye. So I keep protecting like that. I buy new tires, I put the new tires behind, then I put the old tires in front. That's what I do. Okitegeera nze nga Arthur, abalala bajja kugamba nti emikadde gy'oba oteeka emabega emipya ogiteeka emaaso. It has not, me, I don't do it like that because of the reason I've given you. But in the past, when I used to let the mechanics tell me what to do, I used to do this exact thing. I used to put the old tires behind, the new tires in front. Akakikola bwentyo. Okujjako ng'ate emipiira gyonna gibadde giweddeko ng'oguzeeyo ebiri gyokka, awo osobola okukwata emipiira emipya n'ogiteeka mu maaso emikadde n'ogiteeka emabega because aba traffic bwe bakuyimiriza basooka kulaba gya mu maaso. You get? But if it's not the case, put the old tires in front, buy new tires and put them behind. Okiteeka the Rastas in Milan. Kale kambawe ku bbala. Very nice view, right? Harrier 2011 model versus Forester XT 2011. Depends on what you want. Guys, one thing you guys need to understand is that these are both good cars, but they should not be compared. People that buy Subarus buy the Subarus because they are passionate. If you're not passionate about Subarus, don't buy a Subaru. Why? Subarus are very... Boys. What did I tell you? What did I tell you? Exactly. So guys, one thing you need to understand, Foresters, Subarus generally are bought by people that are passionate about Subarus. The maintenance of a Subaru is higher in cost. The fuel consumption of Subarus is higher. You get it? So you better love the Subaru before you buy it. You better love the Subaru before you buy it. Toyota yona bwebe enywa higher than average ebanfu. Naye ng'ate Subaru esobola okunywa higher than the average nga senfu. Okitegeera. So I find that if you're passionate about Subaru, buy the XT. Then ekirala ky'olina okumanya, Subarus ezo zisalamu kasente okusinga ku Toyota. Senga if you get tired of it, and chances are high that if you don't want to spend a lot of your money, chances are high that the Subaru ogenda gikuutuka okwagala okugitunda ng'abantu ate tebaagala kugigula obanga bagigula layisi ate onyigira edduniya. So buy Subarus only when you're passionate about Subarus, guys. If your passion for Subarus is not there, don't buy a Subaru. Between Wish and Alex, which one is good? Okay, you're comparing two wrong cars, Baker. No. You're comparing an 8-seater to a 4-seater. You need to get your priorities straight. You get both those cars are good, but those cars both serve different purposes. The Alex is a 1.5 liter. The Wish is either a 1.8 liter or a 2 liter. So that's a very bad comparison. But then sabande mekuchiddamu ekyo. Chigege business, what's the budget? Chigege bera ne million asatu. Right now I can tell you that if you don't have 30 million, I will not be inspecting your Chigege. The Chigeges that go below 30 million, oba tunoonya nnyo, tubonaabona nnyo nga tunoonya. So have a minimum of 30 million okufuna Chigege nnungi right now. Kubate bwobanga olina 29, 28 million, bakulaga mmoroka mbi. Okitegeera, like last time we had seen a car that was 30 million nenga tetuziweza. Katulina million 28. We ended up buying one at 27 ng'ateeke n'ebipapula. Etera nayo ogenda ogibalaabalamu nga nayo ya million asatu. It's just that we did not pay the 30 million at once. Okitegeera. You want to spot the screen? Is your seatbelt on? But your seatbelt needs to be tight, you boy. Make it tighter. Benz C200, the 1999 model. These new ones have issues. I find that I would buy the new compressor than the 1999 model. I'd buy the compressor any day, guys. What's the most expensive best tire brand? Don't buy guys. The one thing I've learned about Uganda, don't buy expensive. Kushoza fe tukozesa projector. So we have had a projector since 2021 that we were using on stage, and I think yesterday but one we bought a new projector. We had to buy a projector, a short throw projector, and the short throw projector makes a big projection from a very short distance. And I bought it from a place where they repair projectors, and I told them, give me that projector mujimpangire, because they were selling to me a projector at 1.2, and they could make a projector for me, but so to assemble a projector for me at like at 750. Okay, so I told them I'm not buying a projector at 1.2 if I can buy a projector at 750, and it does the same thing. So nebampangira projector at 750, nesigura ya 1.2. Why did I do that? Because I've come to realize, Rastas in Milan, that in Uganda you buy the expensive stuff alone. If there's a budget thing that can work, do the same thing that an expensive thing can do, why are you buying the expensive thing? In Uganda, it's like buying a 0 mileage car to drive it on these Ugandan roads. Let me tell you, 0 mileage or not, you're going to be repairing ball joints, you're going to be buying new Z links in less than a year. Whether it's 0 mileage or not. Okitegeera okujjako ng'ongamba nti you're buying a 0 mileage car, ogenda vugira Bukoto na Ntinda. But if you're not going to be driving in Bukoto and Ntinda, okay, ng'ogenda kati ewange Matuga, 0 mileage or not, in 6 months you're going to repair Z links, you're going to repair ball joint. Okitegeera, of course it might be a little longer, but in a year olina obikwatamu obinyigamu. And it doesn't matter what tire brand you're buying. In 3 years you're going to be changing tires. Oboguze MRF, oboguze Ringlong, oboguze echi mu myaka esatu ngovuga distance others avuga. Actually ku distance others avuga, in 2 years you'll be changing tires. I don't know if you get what I'm saying. So 0 mileage or not, kati Uganda, if you find something that can work, give you comfort, give you peace, buy it. That's why you'll find that when the MPs are given money, they don't buy 0 mileage cars. They know they can afford. Asoro sound kangene ngule morokeno 2022 njigule milioni 200. Neta jigula agule nkade milioni 200 ngemwa luxury jiyetaga. You guys get what I'm saying? Eh? So Rastas in Milan, don't find the most expensive tire. I've already told you MRF is very expensive, still sold by seated tires as well. But MRF tagwa konjora ayabika bwabisi. Kati ompira gwagula emitwalo 3 oba 4 oba 5 gwabike bwabisinga n'enjola zo kyaziraba ngate wagugula because of njola. Mutegera. Then the other thing you need to understand that most of the expensive tires are all-terrain tires. All what? All-terrain tires. Kitegeeza jeje mpira gikolebwa probably to be driven by dudes that drive off-road. Okitegeera kati fate fetuvuga budget tires egikolebwa okuvuga mu kibuga. Majority of us seated driving, they still work. So are you buying a tire at 500, 600,000? A single tire? If 600,000 can get you 2 tires. I just find that with time you learn to adjust. Me, I am adjusting to things, by the way. I'm adjusting to things slowly by slowly to find that, okay, now if this works, why am I buying the other thing? Keep the questions coming, guys. Let us again see Papa. Seguya yazemo ya Buuza building or renting. Nothing beats owning your house, especially if you're a citizen in this country. Ngatogenda kuvamu, togenda kudukamu. If you're going to keep moving around, go gamba next year I want to live in Nairobi. Don't build or buy a house. Keep your money, keep it in bonds or buy something that generates income. Togula nyumba. Nebo wanga osaze unti I'm going to be in Uganda. I'm going to have my children in Uganda. Bazimbire ewawe. I'm telling you. Bazimbire ewawe. Arthur, what's your take on car prices in Uganda versus Kenya? I don't see a reason to compare Kenya and Uganda, Kalisa. Personally, I don't want to compare Uganda and Kenya because Techitu Yamba doesn't really help us. We live in Uganda. Let's just understand the prices in Uganda. You need to also understand that Kenya imports new workers than us. Kenya has a port. So their cars might actually also be cheaper because they have a variety of brands, because they can manage a variety of brands. There are so many things that influence pricing of cars in Uganda, and then there are those things that influence cars like in Kenya, which take it. So a country that is importing 2020, I think at Boba importing over 2021, they're importing, you cannot import less than 2021, I think. You can't compare car prices there and here. If their cars are more expensive than the cars in Uganda, it's automatic because they import newer cars. So the comparison will be wrong. Again, and abantu banga akamoroka tebasobola ofuna million nga 13. Ako kalaba ako katika moroka obago mafuta ogomuka bwa kala kigwe kafuwa galinga mafuta ako kamunyo na yeta mani. Then B-Forward, I cannot talk for B-Forward. I've not dealt with them before, so I cannot recommend or not recommend. So you can probably, if someone has imported with B-Forward, you can tell us what your experience was and if someone should be using them. Bro, good morning. I have a practice push to start, but I realized something which may not be normal. I consume 150 weekly, yet I drive 100 kilometers from Monday to Friday. I say in Maganjo. Okay, normally I don't calculate fuel in terms of money. I calculate fuel in terms of mileage. Okay, then you guys need to also understand one thing. If there is jam, okay, if there is jam, a car will consume more than normal, which take it. So do you factor in the traffic jam? Timo, do you factor in traffic jam? Then also you need to know how many liters you get from 150k, because 150k, if a liter of fuel is 5,500 for example, how many liters you do get from 150? I find that 150k weekly is fairly okay. It's okay. 150 is okay. Factor in jam, factor in driving habits. There are so many things that you have to consider as you want to gauge whether your car consumes okay or not. Driving styles, jam, and then the other distances you drive apart from home to work. Nchimanyi nto ine wadala jolaga. So obona bwobutaddemu obugendo obutaddemu buteekemu baba. So how many liters you get from 150, so that we start from there. Like I said, I've told you time and again, a Ractis is a 1.5 liter. In Uganda, it will give you up to 15 kilometers per liter. Don't expect it to give you more than 15. I've also realized that when someone tells you, kilometer per liter, they are still using Google. Buno obusozi, when they are testing a car, buno obusozi buno kana akasozi kano kyendi kote babu bara. They test it on flat land. Kati mvuzo obusozi nga mumekorowooza okuva ku macha. So that also increases. So under normal circumstances in Uganda, the Ractis will give you 12 to 13 kilometers per liter. Which again, you have a VTI. Kati, the other things that could improve, ask yourself how many times you change your air cleaner. If you said everything mugenda ku petrol station, air cleaner ne batagikyusa deeta go kukyusa ne bagifuuwa munga girabira ddala nchafu. Change the air cleaner as often as possible. Get a mechanic to check on your plugs. Get a mechanic to check on your coils, the ignition coils. Then the other thing you should ask, emoroka yakasanye kakyali the catalytic converter, is it still there? Yeah. Then how is the health of your airflow meter? Then the oxygen sensor. You have constant, but first of all, tell me how many liters. Guys, after to the mugabara musente. But liters over any kilometers. You can Maganjo to Kampala. There is no way you're driving 100 kilometers only per week. Maganjo to Kampala. Let me see, but it's possible by the way. Maganjo to Kampala might be about 18 kilometers. 18 is too much, because if Matuga is 24 kilometers, Chitegeza Kawanda is about about 18 states. Maganja is about 15 kilometers to Kampala. Maybe 15 days because yeah, it's possible that you do 100 kilometers a week. Katati will walk about 100 kilometers, because I'll tell you that a full tank should take you at least 450 kilometers. At least 400 kilometers. A full tank should take you 400 kilometers. 150,000 is not a full tank. It's not a full tank. It's about a half tank. It's not even a half tank. It's more than a half tank. 150,000 is about 3/4 of a tank. So if 3/4 of a tank cannot take you 100 kilometers, no. 3/4 of a tank should be able to take you about 300 kilometers. So katukuwema ganjitegeza emitwalo 15 wali badde ogivuga nga weeks nga 2 n'okusoba. So get your mechanic to check your car out. So question Friday, guys, keep the questions coming. Sina je papa kugenda chaliwo wano naro. Who is dozing? Is it? Okay. Hey, not fighting. What about 10 to 14? Which numbers? Number of Mark II Grand can I get? Mossad, I think I've made it clear. Omuntu alina million 15 kuka wansi ebya number plate biveeko. Biviireko ddala. Omuntu alina million 15 kuka wansi ebya number plate biveeko. Wayipsamu tebamutwala, wayipsamu bamutaddeyo. Keep the questions coming. Tugenda bimalayo olwaleero teri apapa. Teri apapa. Bana omuntu alina million 15 kuka wansi ebya number plate biveeko noonya mmotoka etambula nga namu. Nze mbabuulira amazima. Bajja kukutomeza. Bajja kukutomeza emmotoka olw'okuba oyagala ennamba. Yeah. But you boy, if you have your seatbelt on tight, there is no way you're sitting there. If the seatbelt is tight, you be seated properly in the seat. I'm going to show you how to make it tight, but which thing? Keep the questions coming, guys. It's question Friday. I'm going to park at him. You're never know Buuza on be eating naro. Bana wegendereza nnyo aba boda. Kati olaba ono ajjadduka kyokka ali mu wanu we. Bano baŋŋamba ki? Morning. Morning.
How are you?
Fine. How are you?
You're picking what I want?
Noonya permit. Yabadde wano naye yalongoosezza oba yagitaddewa gy'oyagala afande. zuba yagitadde wa. Okay, Aban, can you send my bag? It's there in the boot.
Can you park aside a little bit? Don't want it. Senior?
Yeah.
You must park aside.
Leka nimulabe ekinsumbuwa kya permit. Naye nga aliwo omuntu anfaanana n'avuga emmotoka nga talina permit. Are you sure? Okay, let me get it. Afando, so you know with the nin. So you know with the nin. Can you look for it with the nin?
No.
Because the person that cleaned, I don't know where they put it. It was here. I honestly don't know where they put it. Ate balongosezza kiro. Afande nkoze ntya kuba amazima sigiraba. Guys, let me take you off the broadcast for now. Marok no nyechifananyi cha permit.